Hello and welcome to episode 46 of the Yoshi and Lucy Knits podcast. It's been about 3 or 4 months since I last recorded, and I thought it was time to finally record an episode. Just briefly, I'll explain what's been going on. So the last episode I talked about how I was a caretaker for my grandmother, and sadly in the beginning of May she passed away, and I've not been doing well, like mentally. I just didn't really feel like knitting, so I didn't have much to show for it in the last few months. But I'm slowly getting back into knitting. I've been dying quite a bit, so I have a lot of that to share. So yeah, I always, my grandmother always liked to see what I would knit and like to see the colorways I was making, so it was kind of hard for me to get back to that right away, and I just needed time to grieve and stuff, and I'm still grieving now. But I know she would want me to continue knitting because she always was interested in seeing what I was making. So yeah, I actually have a finished object, and this is what I was knitting. I think I knit this maybe in a month. So this is the ROCKWELL blanket, and I used Lion brand yarn in super bulky, and yeah, it's all done. It's more of like a lap blanket. I finished it I think at the end of April, and right now it's very hot, so I'm not gonna leave this on my lap, but this would be very good to use in the winter. And I use like US size 13 needles, so this knit up pretty fast, and because it's knitted in blocks, I didn't have to knit back and forth on it, so I would just pick up the stitches and add a new color or a new block, and so it would knit up pretty fast, and I just wanted to continue on to the next one. It's kind of got addicting like that. So if you've never knit a blanket before, I would recommend that one because it's pretty straightforward, and like I said, you're not gonna be weighted down with a huge blanket, on the needles, because you just knit off that block, and then you just knit up that block, and then you cast off, and then you start the next section. So yeah, I would recommend that. I did cast this on. I don't think I showed this. I don't think I was knitting this the last time I had an episode. So I cast this on. This is the Ripple CAMISOLE by JESSIE MAED. I just talked about her designs before. So this is just a 3x3 rib right now. And I have to knit this for a certain amount of inches, and then I think you're separating for the front and the back. I think that's how it goes. I didn't read that far ahead. I'm using my BFL nylon base. This pattern calls for a fingering weight because I have this base and I don't dye it that often, and I don't knit with it that often. So I thought that I would use it for once, and I actually like it. I like that it's a 2-ply, which is different from my other fingering, which is a merino nylon, and it's a 4-ply. So I like this yarn, and I like BFL. I don't really knit with it that often. And I'm using my Tic Cat colorway, which is my charity yarn for this year. So I have a pre-order listing in the shop, and every skein of yarn I would donate $5 to the Migrate Kitchen Initiative, which is a nonprofit in New York City which feeds food insecure people. I thought that I would offer this for that reason. So yeah, this is just a strapless top. I've never knit one of those before, and I like her patterns, and so far it's a pretty mindless knit, just 3x3 rib. I don't really have to think about it much when I'm knitting it. So yeah, I hope to finish that soon. These are US 4 needles, my Chagus needles. I always use these. It's my favorite brand of needles. Another top I'm knitting right now is the My Boy Lollipop by RICCI. So it's a top down. Yeah, and this is bottom up. So yeah, this is a top down sweater. And I met Nancy because she works at Native City, the yarn store in New York. And I've had like a few trunk shows there, and she was working at the time, and she was always very nice to me. So yeah, I really like this design. It's kind of a retro style close fitted top. And I've actually knit this already like years ago. I think I was not recording at the time, so I've never showed this. So here's a finished one. Yeah, it's a close fitted top, and it's DK yarn, so it doesn't take that long to knit. Or maybe I finished this in like 2 weeks, I think. If you want, you could probably finish this in a week if you're really dedicated. And the bottom is a twisted rib, which is nice. The colorway I'm using is Dear Sister, which is a newer colorway I've had in the shop. I did like a Sweet Valley High collection, and this was one of them, one of the colorways from that collection, and I did it based on the covers of the books. If you've ever read Sweet Valley High, the original series, I think growing up I read the newer ones, but then later on I got like a set of it I bought on eBay of like the old books, so I started reading those when I was much older. Yeah, I haven't seen, and then like the TV show played a lot when I was like younger, but I haven't seen those episodes in a long time, and I wonder how corny they are right now. So besides that, mainly I've been knitting like swatches, because I've noticed that people like to see swatches of new colorways, so that's what I've been doing. That's the knitting I've been doing mostly. So I knit, this is a newer colorway, this is Barbie, and I based it on a promotional photo of the new Barbie movie that's coming out, I think next year or so. Here it is in a skein form. So I really like this. I really like this colorway, it's so nice. And this is a recent one I dyed that has been a big hit, and it's 11, which is based on the colorway from it's based on the character from Stranger Things. And in season 3 she wore like she wore like a black romper, and it had like different colors on it, so I just had to do a colorway. So here it is in a skein. This is on the Nez base, which is 100% superwash merino. So yeah, I really like it, and it's really cool how it knits up. And then I dyed a new colorway this past week, which is Max, which is also from Stranger Things, and in the same scene that 11's wearing that romper, Max is wearing this striped shirt, and I took all the colors from that and I dyed it. And I would not normally put these colors together, like the blue really stands out, but I like it. And when I dyed it first, I was like, I don't know if I like this in the skein, but once I knit it up, I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. It's a pretty color. I think it would make like a cool top a cool summer top. This is very summery colors. And then these are older ones. I found these in my drawer, so it's just all different colors. This is Hopper, which is I dyed this like a long time ago. So that's from Stranger Things. And this is Dolce, which I think I showed last time. So yeah, that's the most knitting I've done. Because I feel like I have to do that. So my personal knitting is always like secondary to work knitting. So yeah, it's nice to have a little stack of samples knit up, because getting a whole sample knit up takes a long time. But at least I have listed little swatches so people can have some idea of how it looks. So because I knit all these up, I have a lot of DK leftovers. This is all knitted on DK. So I have a lot of skeined up yarn, and I don't know what to do with it. So I started looking up patterns for DK tops, and I found 2 of them that I want. The first one is the Brookline blouse, and I really like that because of the ruffles on the sleeves and on the bottom. And I'm not sure what colorway I'm gonna knit it in, so I don't know if I should do Max or Barbie. Maybe another colorway. Maybe this one. This is Bashful. This is I think this is I don't remember. I put the name up on the screen. I don't remember this colorway, even though I made it. So yeah, that's one that I've purchased recently. The second one is Pillars of SIMPLICITEE, and I like the ribbing on that one. So that would make a good top, maybe in this colorway. So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, because I've literally been knitting on this forever, because I started it and then my grandmother passed away, and I just left it there, just hanging around for months. So it happens. So I'm still on the increases on this, and then I'll be dividing for the sleeves very soon. So but I've been knitting on this just because it's like mindless. I don't have to do increases or anything right now. I just have to knit a tube. I don't really need to think about it much. So life stuff besides what I talked about already. I started learning Portuguese, mostly just for fun. Like, I just want to see if I'm able to do it, and I feel like it's been a nice distraction to focus on something else. And like, I already speak Spanish, so Portuguese is not that difficult. Like, I could be working out my Spanish if I wanted to. Like, I pretty much I don't want to say I'm like 100% fluent, but I can communicate and understand most people. But it's just that I find Spanish to be boring because I hear it every day, I speak it every day, and it's literally my first language. Like, I spoke Spanish before English, so it's not that interesting. But I do find myself sometimes forgetting certain words, or depending on the topic, I would not know the word for certain things. So I mean, I can always improve on it, and I am planning on doing that at some point. But I feel like that's easier to do than starting a language from scratch. Like, I just need to memorize vocabulary, and that's pretty easy to do. Just I need to like watch some more Spanish TV or read more books well, I don't really read in Spanish, but I could do that to improve my Spanish. But right now I want to focus on Portuguese for the first few months, and once I'm a little bit comfortable on that, then I will add that, you know, add other Spanish or maybe another language. I did try to teach myself Italian a few years ago, and I got pretty far, and then like I just stopped. I don't know why. And then I looked at some Italian the other day, and I remember a lot of it. So I do want to pick up Italian, but I don't want to do that at the same time that my Portuguese is at a lower level. So yeah, I've been enjoying my new hobby of language learning, and I really like that I set aside, you know, time every day to do it. I do like 30 to an hour depending on the time I have, and I just like that routine. So yeah, so besides that, I'm going to be going to Ecuador in a few weeks because we have to take my grandmother's ashes there because that was her request. So I'm gonna be there for like 3 weeks, and I'm hoping to maybe record a vlog there. I did record a vlog like the last time I was there, so it's like on my channel if you want to look at it. This was like 5 years ago, I think. So maybe I'll do another vlog, and I'm gonna bring my knitting, so hopefully I'm gonna be knitting there even though it's gonna be hot. But it's hot right now here, so yeah, I think that's it. I feel like this is a short episode, but I don't know. And I'm in a room that doesn't have AC, so kind of just want to wrap this up. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.